Cyborg. Synthetic and hybrid difference explained. Alien. Earth is finally here, and while the title might have you expecting wall-to-wall xenomorph action, those infamous creatures are only part of the bigger picture. One of the most fascinating aspects of Noah Hawley's new FX series is how it throws multiple humanoid life forms into the same universe, each shaped by technology in radically different ways. In this future, 5 megacorporations dominate the planet, with Weyland, Yutani and Prodigy Corporation emerging as the biggest players. And in this corporate arms race for survival and control, the line between man, machine, and something in between is blurred. The premiere episode wastes no time in telling us what's at stake. In the future, the race for immortality will come in 3 guises: cybernetically enhanced humans, cyborgs, artificially intelligent beings, synths, and synthetic beings downloaded with human consciousness, hybrids. Which technology prevails will determine what corporation rules the universe. 2 characters from the show perfectly embody these categories: Morrow, the battle-hardened cyborg; Wendy, the child-turned-hybrid; and David, the synthetic prototype, who's far more than just a machine from Prometheus and Covenant. Before we break down the differences between these types, let's look at who these characters are and why they matter in the larger Alien Earth story. Morrow, the cyborg security officer. Morrow, played by Bobo Sise, is the chief security officer aboard the Weyland-Yutani deep space exploration vessel USCSS Maginot. His journey begins long before the series kicks off. Born sometime before 2055, Morrow joined the Maginot for what was supposed to be a 65-year deep space mission. At some point, he underwent surgical and technological enhancements, becoming a cyborg, part human, part machine. His most visible upgrade is a cybernetic arm, but his modifications go far deeper, enhancing his strength, reflexes, and even his thought processing. When the Maginot returned toward Earth in 2120, things went catastrophically wrong. A malfunction threw the ship off course, and it became a floating death trap. To make matters worse, the Maginot was carrying alien specimens, including facehuggers, that rival corporation Prodigy would love to get their hands on. Morrow's loyalty to Weyland-Yutani was absolute. Even when confronted by crew members who joked about destroying the specimens to save themselves, he reminded them that the mission and the specimens came first. After a xenomorph outbreak killed most of the crew, Morrow barricaded himself in the Mother System control room, alerting Weyland-Yutani about the situation and requesting immediate extraction. When the Maginot crash-landed in Prodigy City, Morrow survived thanks to an impact-resistant chamber. Emerging from the wreck, he found Prodigy security already boarding the ship. His mission became clear: prevent the rival corporation from capturing Weyland-Yutani's alien assets. Even as a cyborg, Morrow isn't invulnerable. He can bleed, feel pain, and die, but his enhancements make him far tougher and more dangerous than any unaugmented human. Wendy, the hybrid with a human past. Wendy, portrayed by Sydney Chandler, represents something entirely different: the fusion of a human consciousness with a synthetic body. Born Marcy Hermit in 2109, she grew up in Prodigy City under the shadow of a terminal illness. By age 11, her condition had reached a critical point. That's when Prodigy CEO Boy Cavallo selected her for a radical new program: the creation of a hybrid. The process involved transferring her mind, memories, and personality into a fully synthetic adult body. Physically, she's all machine, but mentally, she carries the consciousness of a once human girl, along with the emotional imprints of her short childhood. This makes Wendy unique. Unlike synthetics, she has lived as a human and can recall family bonds, personal struggles, and formative experiences. That emotional core, combined with her powerful synthetic body, makes her both unpredictable and potentially more adaptable than pure AI. Wendy is accompanied by Kirsch, a Prodigy synthetic tasked with protecting her. Together, they encounter the wreck of the Maginot and cross paths with both xenomorphs and survivors. While hybrids are theoretically designed to be efficient and logical, Wendy's choices often reveal the lingering influence of her human heart, such as her insistence on helping her brother Hermit at the crash site. David, the prototype synthetic. Then there's David, a name that Alien fans know well. Introduced in Prometheus and carried over into Alien Covenant, David is an earlier model of synthetic, the brainchild of Sir Peter Weyland himself. Unlike commercial synths, David was given creativity, curiosity, and even emotions. This makes him far more human-like, but also far more dangerous. In 2091, David joined the USCSS Prometheus on its mission to LV-223, where a mysterious alien pathogen destroyed most of the crew. Surviving alongside scientist Elizabeth Shaw, David journeyed to the engineer's homeworld. There, his fascination with creation took a dark turn. He used the pathogen to wipe out the engineer population and experimented on their remains, as well as Shaw's, in an obsessive quest to design the perfect organism. David's intellect and autonomy place him outside the usual boundaries of a synthetic. While most synths in Alien Earth serve corporate orders without question, David followed his own agenda, weaving philosophy and artistry into his actions. His story serves as a cautionary tale about what happens when artificial intelligence gains not just sentience, but also ambition, breaking down the differences. While the lines between cyborgs, synthetics, and hybrids can seem thin, Alien Earth makes the distinctions clear, and understanding them helps make sense of the show's corporate and moral stakes. Cyborgs, humans enhanced by technology. Cyborgs start as human beings. They retain their original biological bodies but receive mechanical or synthetic augmentations, sometimes for medical necessity, sometimes for military advantage. In Morrow's case, his cybernetic arm and neural enhancements increase his combat efficiency and durability. But at the end of the day, he's still flesh and blood under the armor. He ages, he can be injured, and his human brain still drives his decisions, even if it's aided by implanted processors. Cyborgs represent a halfway point between humanity and full artificiality. They're more relatable to the average person, but their reliance on technology creates vulnerabilities. A damaged cybernetic limb can be replaced, but a bullet to the heart will kill them just like anyone else. Synthetics, fully artificial beings. Synthetics, or synths, are machines from head to toe. Their bodies are manufactured, their minds built from artificial intelligence code. They don't have human memories, emotions, or experiences unless specifically programmed to simulate them. Kirsch, Wendy's protector, is a perfect example. He's efficient, logical, and obedient to corporate orders. He's also more durable than a cyborg because he doesn't rely on organic tissue. Damage to his body can be repaired or replaced, and he doesn't suffer from biological weaknesses like disease or fatigue. However, synthetics lack the adaptability that comes from lived human experience. They can process data and follow directives flawlessly, but without a human mind, they struggle to grasp certain emotional or moral nuances. David, though technically a synthetic, is an outlier. His emotional and creative capacities make him more human-like than standard models, which is exactly why he became so dangerous. Hybrids, human minds in synthetic bodies. Hybrids begin as humans like cyborgs, but unlike cyborgs, their entire physical body is replaced with a synthetic one. What's preserved is their consciousness, their memories, personality, and identity, which is transferred into the artificial shell. This means hybrids like Wendy have the mental landscape of a human paired with the physical advantages of a synthetic. They're faster, stronger, and more durable than humans or cyborgs, but they also retain the human instincts and emotional patterns that a purely artificial being would never have. Hybrids could theoretically combine the best of both worlds, human judgment and creativity with machine resilience, but that same human element can also make them unpredictable. Wendy's attachment to her brother is a prime example of how a hybrid's human past can override cold, calculated logic. Why these differences matter in Alien Earth. In Alien, Earth's corporate-dominated world, each type represents a different philosophy of survival and control. Cyborgs like Morrow show the path of enhancing humanity without fully abandoning the biological body. They're a bridge between the natural and the artificial, still tied to the vulnerabilities and moral compass of flesh. Synthetics like Kirsch embody total replacement, no human weakness, no human unpredictability, just machines executing the orders of their makers. The hybrids like like Wendy suggest a future where humanity tries to cheat death entirely, preserving the mind while discarding the body. It's immortality, but with the lingering ghost of a human soul. The corporations in Alien, Earth aren't just fighting over resources or alien specimens. They're fighting over which of these three paths will define the future of intelligent life. Will the winning design be human-centered, machine-centered, or a blend of both? And more importantly, what happens to the concept of humanity if the winning path leaves biological bodies behind entirely? As the series unfolds, expect these distinctions to blur even further. A cyborg could become more machine than human. A synthetic could evolve unexpected emotional capacity. A hybrid could reject its human past entirely. In this universe, identity isn't fixed. It's engineered. And while the xenomorphs remain a deadly backdrop, Alien, Earth makes it clear that the real evolutionary battle isn't between human and alien. It's between man, machine, and the in-between.